So basically, I'm going to show you guys how to play the game, like just basically like how you're going to start out and play the game without, you know, going out there and dying and missing every single hit. Because that's the main thing that I hear about this game is that people don't like missing hits. Because, you know, they go out, they try to fight something, and their sword just keeps missing for some reason. So anyways, here we are at the beginning with a brand new game. We're just going to name our guy. You know, Jayab sounds like a pretty decent name. I just came up with that one actually. Oops. The first real choice you're going to have to make here is your race. Dark Elf is a really safe choice. They are a very good, like, all-around build. Like, if you're new to the game, I definitely recommend Dark Elves. They're going to be the most well-rounded character that's just kind of like the jack of all trades. Like, they're not super amazing at anything, but they're definitely not really bad at anything either. I mean, as you can see, we have Destruction, we have Marksman, and we have Longblade. So, I mean, that's literally all three of the fighting classes right there. You have your Mage, your Melee, and your Archery. So, boom. We're going to choose Dark Elf for the sake of this video, but, you know, if you wanted to be a warrior, some good choices are, you know, like Redguard is really good for a warrior. Or if you wanted to be a mage, you could be something like, you know, a Breton or a High Elf or, you know, something like that. Anyways, I'm just saying there's better options depending on how you want to build your character, so keep that in mind. But we're going to go with Dark Elf just because it's the safe bet, and if it's your first time playing Morrowind, I honestly recommend Dark Elf. Alright, now this is the next set of decisions you're going to have to make. There are a few ways to, you know, like he said, there are a few ways that we can do this, and the choice is yours. You can generate a class by answering questions, which I pretty much never suggest that one. That is the fucking stupidest thing you could do. It really is. Giving him the info, picking from a class list, that's a pretty decent one if you're just, like, you know, not really sure. Because it is kind of overwhelming. You will see here in a second that there are a fair bit of skills in this game. There are definitely more than Skyrim, and there are certainly more than Oblivion. So we're going to fill out the forms ourselves, and we're going to see what we have to work with here. This is where you're going to choose your combat specialization and your favorite attributes. So again, what you choose here is going to depend on what kind of build you're trying to do. If you're trying to do a melee build, you're going to want combat. If you're trying to do a archery build or something, you're going to want stealth. If you're trying to do a magic build, you're obviously going to select magic. We're going to do combat. Honestly, again, if this is your first time playing the game, I'm going to suggest combat. It's just the easiest, most straightforward thing, least confusing. You don't have to worry about ammo, anything like that. It's just super simple, straightforward. Favorite attributes, you're probably going to want strength if you're doing a build like that. Your favorite attributes are going to get a slight bonus. It's like, I don't know, 10 or something bonus, maybe 5. So what you select here is going to help you out. I generally choose strength and speed, just because you tend to move really slow in Morrowind. That's kind of another complaint probably. Actually, that's a complaint for like pretty much every Elder Scrolls game. But anyways, you notice that we have major skills and minor skills here listed, but the other thing we have is miscellaneous skills. So you'll notice that we only have 5 for each of these, and yet when we click them, you will see that there is a myriad of different skills. There's 9 skills per specialization. And again here, these selections are going to be what drastically affects your performance in-game. So your major skills get the highest bonus out of all of your skills. And the minor skills, they still get a bonus, although not quite as much as the major skills. And then the miscellaneous skills, which are the skills you do not choose, they do not get any bonus, and they start out the lowest. In this game, both your major skills and your minor skills will affect your player's level, unlike Oblivion, where only your major skills affect the level, and your minor skills are essentially your miscellaneous skills in Oblivion. This game has major, minor, and miscellaneous, so that's its own kind of confusing thing that if you don't understand right off the bat, there might be some confusion about. First things first, whatever you're going to be doing, like if you want to be a long sword user, you're going to want to choose your weapon skill as a major skill, for sure, and same goes with your armor. And in this game, there's going to be another difference, where instead of just having light armor and heavy armor, you have light armor, medium armor, and heavy armor, because, you know, this game couldn't get any more confusing, right? Now, I like medium armor, but it's not necessarily recommended. Actually, I would recommend medium armor for if this is your first time playing the game. Medium armor is actually a really good choice. The thing is with medium armor is that it has a lot of really good options early on in the game, but once you get into late game, you run out of options. So that's kind of the problem with medium armor, is that once you start leveling up and actually getting strong, you're gonna find that there's not really any armor for you. At least none that is comparable with, you know, the heavy armor and the light armor, like Daedric and Glass. There's not going to be a medium armor equivalent of Daedric or Glass, so keep that in mind. But at the same time, your heavy and light armors are going to be a lot weaker at the beginning of the game, and they're going to get a lot better near the end of the game. which is again why I recommend medium armor for a first-time player, because it's just going to give you that little bit of advantage in the beginning of the game that's really going to help you out. So we're going to do long blade, we're going to do medium armor. We're going to keep armorer up there because you do need to keep your equipment pretty well repaired in this game. Another good one is to do your athletics and acrobatics, as those are just going to in general help you traverse the Morrowind landscape. The higher you can jump and faster you can walk, the faster you can travel in general. So those are really good ones to have. So that's a pretty good setup there. The long blade, armor, medium armor, athletics, and acrobatics. Block is also a decent one if you're going to be doing a melee build, so we'll keep block there. Another one you're going to want is probably security. If you are not going to be a mage, you're going to want security, as it's going to be your way to open doors and chests. So you're definitely going to want security. Sneak, you don't necessarily need. You could do that if you want. Speechcraft is going to be good. So is mercantile. Finally, if you want to go the extra step of the way, and I have a video that can help you with this if you want to go this route, alchemy is a really good skill for both money making, as well as if you just want to like boost your character's level. You can easily gain alchemy levels, which will allow you to level up your character and get, you know, an extra strength bonus, extra health bonus, all that. The game isn't quite as leveled as Oblivion or Skyrim are, so the more you level up, kind of the better off you are for the most part, but there are some nuances there. But anyways, alchemy is going to be good. It's going to get you some money. It's going to help you level up more if you want to go that route. So I pretty much always choose alchemy. If you check out my alchemy video, you will definitely see why I choose alchemy. Now again, similar to Oblivion, but different from Skyrim, you get to choose your sign at the beginning as well. These are pretty straightforward. They just give you like certain bonuses. You might want to flip through these, see which ones you like. Good ones are, for beginners, I think, Warrior. It fortifies your attack points. The Steed is another good one. It gives you a speed boost. That's also a really good one. If you're being a mage, something like, you know, the Mage would be good, something like that. You could do the Atronach if you're feeling like super fucking hardcore mode about it, because the Atronach doesn't let you naturally regenerate magicka, but it does give you a huge starting bonus to magicka. The ones I usually go for are going to be the Steed or the Warrior, and I think for the sake of this video, we'll go for the Warrior, because we're mostly worried about doing damage and actually getting hits in and like successfully playing this game, so we'll do that one. And this is going to be your first little sneak peek here at your skills menu here. So you'll see here you have your attributes here, you got your health, your magicka, and your fatigue, and then here you can see that you have your major skills, your minor skills, and then your list of miscellaneous skills. And as you can see, the miscellaneous skills, they start really low. So if you're not really paying attention to, you know, what you have set as your skills, I want you to take notice here that short blade, my short blade skill is only 15, and that is super terrible, and you'll notice why I mentioned that here in a second. But really what the first step is, and this right here is what separates the 5th graders from the 4th graders. What you're going to want to do is you're going to want to open your menu here. If you're on the Xbox, it's not going to be quite as fun as here, because if you're on the PC, all you got to do is click it and set it back down, and you're good. The guards will come, they'll get mad at you for stealing, but you know, you're not released yet, so they don't care. They're just kind of giving you a little bit of a warning. But the thing is, once you get in trouble for stealing, you know, you're good to go. You can just take it back. You're good to go. Now, once again, this is what separates the 5th graders from the 4th graders. The other thing you're going to want to do here is take literally everything that is not tied down in this building. This is where the dagger part kind of comes in here, because you got this note to Hristar here, and you got the dagger, and most people's instinct is going to be, oh, I found my first weapon, I'm going to equip this. And that is where I kind of circle back to the whole, hey, remember, short blade is a minor skill. We only have 15 short blades, so we're not going to be very good with that short blade by any means. Whereas if we were to go grab a long blade, oh wow, look at that, our long blade level is 40. So if we had a long blade, our chances would probably be a lot higher than with the short blade, right? That's problem number one there, is that a lot of people will come into the game, they'll grab the first weapon they see and try to fight with it, and lo and behold, hey, who would have thought? You're not trained with that weapon, so you're not very good with that weapon. Not only are you not trained with that weapon and not very good at that weapon, but you literally just came off of a prison ship that came from a prison. Like, you have been a prisoner for what one can only assume is like years or something, right? So like, you're not like some highly trained expert fighter or anything like that. You're literally a malnourished prisoner who I can only assume is like really weak and unskilled. So again, something to keep in mind while you're playing this game. It's a role-playing game. Like, remember, you're playing the role of a person that came off of a prison ship. So anyways, once you've grabbed everything, you're going to head out this door here. And you're going to need to grab this ring in this barrel. And you might as well take everything, because we're going to sell everything. Now, this part right here is where you need to start paying attention if this is your first time playing the game. Because if this is your first time playing the game, if you just pay attention, everything will work out just swimmingly for you. And I will show you why. Real quick, though, I do want to mention the final thing that separates the 5th graders from the 4th graders is going to be this key right here. Now, I'm not actually going to do it right now because I have all of this shit in my inventory. And if they catch me stealing, they're going to take all of it. So ideally, you want to take this key before you take all this stuff. But it's just another thing to worry about, so I'm not going to do it in this video. Essentially, that key just leads to a warehouse that has a bunch of other stuff that you can sell. You can steal it, sell it, all that. But anyways, here we go. So this guy, he takes your release papers and he releases you into Morrowind. But the first thing he does is he gives you some duties, and he wants you to take a package to Caius Casades in the town of Balmora. Okay? So I hope you guys are reading and paying attention, because the first thing that the game tells you to do is go to the town of Balmora and go to Caius Casades. He gives you directions to find him, he gives you the package to deliver him, and he also gives you 87 gold, which is a fair bit of spending cash because you do not need all of it to take the Stilt Strider. So anyways, we're finally free. The first thing you're going to want to do, though, is talk to Fargoth here and give him his ring. If you give him the ring, he's going to give you a good disposition with the trader in town, which is going to give you really, really good deals on buying and selling. So remember all that stuff we just stole? We are going to sell all of that stuff that we just stole. Oh, another thing, if you sell things one at a time, you will get a better deal than if you sell them in stacks. So that's another random thing to keep in mind. All right, so as you can see, we got a fair bit of gold stacked up here, 625 total sold, which is really nice. If you remember, our major skill was long blade, so we're going to want to find ourselves a long blade. Now, if you chose something like axe, you're probably going to want to choose an axe. If you chose something like blunt weapon, you're probably going to want to choose a blunt weapon. Seems pretty straightforward, doesn't it? So anyways, we're going to find the best sword we can, which generally tends to be the sabers at this low of a, equipment level. So we're just going to grab ourselves a saber. It's a really good price, too. It's only 22 gold. That's a fucking steal. Alright, so we're all weighted up. And you'll notice that my green bar down there, my fatigue bar, it started out high, but it's going down. Now, if I hop around a bit and try to attack with my dagger, you'll notice I do quite a bit of missing. I still hit every once in a while, but I do quite a bit of missing. And I'm actually surprised. See, I don't know how people fucking struggle to play this game. Like, that was actually really easy, considering that I had low fatigue and, level 15 on the diddly bop. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to get out the iron saber, and we're going to see how well this fight goes if I use the proper weapon that I'm trained for, and I'm not super low on fatigue. And let's just see what happens, Wow, I missed. Missed again. And that was the one-hitter quitter. So that was actually more misses than I expected from that. Either way, it wasn't that bad. But that's just kind of like an example of, how much you can miss when you first try to jump into this game. But I did want to tackle real quick, though, is that, you probably shouldn't be going out trying to fight stuff right away anyway. You should probably be, like, maybe you just go around town, see what people say. Maybe there's some quests you can do that are easy, give you money. And if you talk to this guy, he'll actually give you the... If you talk to that guy, he'll actually give you a quest to just steal money from this stump, actually. Fargoth here, he has a secret hiding place. You have to wait till midnight. You'll stand up here waiting till midnight, and you'll be watching down here. You'll watch him sneak up to the stump, and he'll put, like, I don't know, 200-300 gold in there. It's a really, really easy way to get some extra starting money for this game. Again, if you're new to this game, I don't recommend just going out there and trying to kill stuff. I recommend, either do what the game tells you, or just try to do some quests in Saylanon to gain some money before you go do what they tell you to do. Because, yeah, that quest right there, you don't have to fight anything, and it's an easy, just 300 gold. Anyways, though, once you're ready to leave Saylanon and go to Balmora, you're going to walk up to this Stilt Strider here, which, believe it or not, this is how you travel in this game if you're that new to the game. And we're just going to go straight to Balmora. Now, Balmora is kind of what I consider to be, like, the central hub of the Morrowind universe. Like, most of what you do is probably either going to, like, happen in Balmora or revolve around Balmora, or, like, you're going to just find yourself going to Balmora a lot for stuff. I mean, they've got the guild halls, they've got the shops, they've got Caius Cascades, and it's a really nice central location in regards to some of the major cities. I mean, it is a major city. You're gonna go to Caius Cascade's house, which is right here. Technically, he tells you to go to the South Wall Corner Club and or the Council Club and ask around to find him. But this is where he is. This is Caius Cascade. You're gonna talk to him. You're gonna report to him and give him his package. Now, again, this is where my point of if you just do what the game fucking tells you to do, you will not have any problems whatsoever. If you like, you can improve your modest skills with our Blades trainers now. Or if you're in a hurry, I can give you orders right away, but don't forget to visit the Blade trainers. These Blades agents offer training, not free of course, but cheap for a fellow agent. Look for RivzLlena, blah blah blah, Nine Toes, all these people. So basically, he tells you to get some training before you do anything, more or less. I mean, that's not verbatim what he said, but pretty much the gist of what he said is before you go out there and venture, you're gonna want to, you know, do some training. And again, if you're new to this game, what you're going to want to do is head to Balmora, because this is where your guild halls are going to be. So if you're a mage, you're going to be going into the mages guild here. If you're a melee, you're going to be going into the fighters guild here. There is a thieves guild back on the other side where Caius Cascades is, but you know, that's hardly helpful for a newcomer. If you're a newcomer, thieves guild isn't really the place for you. You're probably going to want to do like fighters guild or mages guild, one of those types of builds. But most likely fighters. So once you're in the Fighters Guild, you're gonna have to join the Fighters Guild. And this gives you access to this chest, which is gonna be really, really helpful for a newcomer. You're gonna get some repair hammers, which again, super useful for on the road. You're also gonna have some potions here. You got your restore fatigue potions and some restore health potions. I definitely suggest you stock up on these. And then also remember that every single week, this chest replenishes its supply. Not only that, but every single Fighters Guild has one of these chests, so you can just go from town to town to town, going from Fighters Guild to Fighters Guild, collecting potions. You never have to pay for potions in this game, just so you know. Just go from Fighters Guild to Fighters Guild, collecting potions. You're not going to heal a whole bunch, but you know, you're low level, that's all you really need. But basically what you're going to be wanting to do here is to train. Now, the lower your level is, the cheaper it is going to be to train. The higher your level it is, the more expensive it's going to be to train. It's pretty much like a factor of 10 based on your level, more or less. So level 40 long blade costs, you know, a little over 400 gold to level up. So you're going to want to do some quests, get some money, do some training. That's basically the gist of what you're going to want to do to get started in this game. The main thing really is that you're not really going to want to just go out there and start fighting things. That is when people end up running into trouble, is when they play this game for the first time. They just leave that census office. They got their nice, cute little dagger, and they're wearing the fucking same rags that they got from fucking prison, and they decide they're just going to start trying to kill people because, I don't know, they assume they're like some great warrior or something and not some prisoner who just came off of a prison boat who's expectedly malnourished and probably not very strong and not very skilled. Like, come on guys, like, figure it out. The game really isn't that hard. But that's pretty much it. I don't really know what else I could point out to you guys other than like, hey, don't go out trying to kill stuff right away, because you're obviously not a skilled fighter who just got off that prison fucking boat, you know? Basically, the gist of this video, don't go out there trying to fight stuff right away. Actually follow the directions that the game lays out in front of you, and, you know, do some training, do some quests, make some money, try to gain your skills, you know, without fighting. Like, join a guild, do what the guild tells you to do. You know, you might find that the tasks they tell you are actually decent. On that subject, I would actually recommend the Mages Guild, due to the sheer fact that the first, I don't know, 10 quests for the Mages Guild, you don't have to lift a finger. It was like, you don't have to fight anything, you don't have to kill anything, you don't even have to cast a single spell. Literally, it's just like, oh, I need you to collect some mushrooms. Oh, now I need you to collect some flowers. Oh, now I need you to collect this. Oh, I need you to bring this piece of paper to this person. It's literally like those types of quests for like the first 10 quests. So like, do like the first 10 Mages Guild quests, get yourself a bunch of money, do some training, buy some equipment before you go out exploring and trying to kill stuff, basically. And the game should go a lot better and a lot smoother for you. But anyways, that's it for this video. I just kind of wanted to give people a bit of a tutorial on how to play Morrowind, since it is I guess, a little bit more complicated than Oblivion, and especially more complicated than Skyrim. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys found it useful. I hope you guys learned something about Morrowind and how to play it and some of its nuances compared to the other games. But yeah, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to this channel if you want to check out any more of this content or any of my other gaming content for that matter. And of course, for as little as 99 cents a month, you could become a channel member, help support this channel monetarily, and help me pay some bills around here, that sort of thing. Yeah, with that being said, this has been Plock the Master Gamer with some Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.